Gemini. I don't know why I always do that. I always like sing the zodiac sign. I just noticed as I did it, I was like, oh my God, you do that every time. Okay, Gemini. See? I'm just never gonna stop apparently. Your theme, kind of weird. 3 different words came into play. Winter white cycle. So, we're gonna do what we do. Oh! What? Actually, that wasn't too bad. I'm going to take the cards that fell on the ground. I don't know why, but cards tend to do that. When they want to be shown together, they fly together. Are you the right cards? Yeah, I'm going to say you are. I'm not a lazy shuffler, but I don't doubt what's given to me. What's the first one here? Ooh, okay. 9 of Cups. 3 of Cups. Ace of Cups. Is that the Queen of Cups? Oh my gosh. 9 of Swords. Ooh, that took a turn. What's that? Queen of Pentacles. 2 Queens. We got the Fool. Last card, the Chariot. Okay, so right away I got, you could be wrapping up a cycle or starting a new cycle, or yeah, I mean, I want to go with the first thing I said, wrapping up a cycle of indulgence, okay, with friends and self-love, okay, like that takes a lot of love to sit on a beach by yourself, right, with your own cup. I mean, when I was waking up a couple years ago, water was like necessary for the activation. Like I went to this lake almost every day for a pretty long time, activating water. I guess the element of water. I'm not quite sure. I mean, this is all water, right? You could be a water sign with an air sign. Aquarius is here, so you could have Aquarius nestled up in you a little bit. But the thing is that I see that there's some anxiety. Okay, and I mean, no doubt that would be anxiety. Okay, that would leave somebody a little anxious, having those swords just sitting above them. Okay. There could be things you want to say or things that you have said that are still weighing pretty heavy on you. The thing is that with the 9 of Swords, I feel like it's her conscious mind, because the way that she's holding on to the sword is connected to her head. So I do feel like it's your conscious mind, or where you lay in bed at night. You know, you could have nightmares. You could have things that you need to say. There could be things. I mean, I think it's your subconscious, really. And maybe you have figured out suddenly what your subconscious wants to say by this alone time that you've had, because it seems like you've had time with friends. Okay, you've indulged on your own, and you've also had an ability by indulging on your own and having those friends, you gave yourself back this cup. That's what I feel like. I feel like this, you gave yourself this cup of overfilling emotions that you could have almost could have rocked you. You know, you could have been in a very solitary place for a while and then changed into another place, and then boom, you kind of shut down maybe and then reactivated. It's kind of weird, because people do that kind of things all the time. You know, they retract and then they come back out in the open, and then they retract and then they come back out in the open. It's like a hermit, you know. Also, you could be Virgo. This could be Virgo-ish. But it seems like the anxiety, I think you have anxiety from so much love you've given yourself. so much attention you've given yourself, so much attention to detail that you've given yourself. I mean, she just has a beautiful bouquet of flowers on her lap, about to take the biggest sip of her cup, just loving every minute of it on that shore, right? And her foot is on this rock, which kind of makes me seem like she is stable, okay? And if you feel like you're not stable because you're suddenly indulging in things, and that's what's worrying you, is that now you're enjoying the fruits of your labor, or you're enjoying where you've gotten yourself. Something comes in with the home, okay, with the Queen of Pentacles. And that's a very mature energy. That's going from drinking your own cup, sitting on the beach, to, okay, I got it. I'm going to be making my money at home, okay? She's got her dog with her. She's, her bouquet is there. The rose bush, I think that's a rose bush, has bloomed. To be honest, man, sometimes I don't even know what the fuck these queens and kings are. Honestly, I try to sit there and stare at them and be like, what the fuck are you trying to say? But at the same time, I have no idea what this bitch is saying. All I can see is that she's got a pentacle in her hand. What the fuck is that all about? I don't know. Maybe you're mature enough and suddenly you can hang on to money. Okay? And that leads to a fool moment of stepping off the edge. Again, something with a dog. You could be getting a dog soon. Or you have a dog and the dog's going to come with you. Something about a dog here. These dogs, they're definitely not the same breed, but I just can't help but stare at them. And the fact that the fool she's dropped all these roses on the ground of the beach, and then the fool has one of those white roses in his hand. Okay, and I can't help but see that. It's like you left yourself an offer on the beach and then you went back and you got it. And that kind of living, okay, I don't know if you've ever been kind of like a tumbleweed in dust, kind of just blowing in the wind, and if you've been from pillar to post a lot, but it kind of seems like you took a piece of everywhere you went, right? And this is a huge cycle, because I mean a winter white cycle, the way that I can break it down now is we are currently in winter. This is your cycle of light, of white, that has activated you, that has woken you up, that has cleared something, right? And then that's what moves forward. You could just be sitting in anxiety because it's been a long cycle. And it's been, 2, 4, 6, 8 months. I heard 8 years. Cycles are, man, they're different for everybody. We don't know how long anybody's cycle lasts for, right? You decide when it starts and you decide when it ends, I almost feel like. So it's the movement forward is the best part, because you're leaping off the edge. It's maybe suddenly you get some money. Let's see what this Queen of Pentacles wants to say. Okay, 5 of Swords. You could have been held in something, okay? And it's taken a long time, okay? And it's almost kind of something to do with the mind. Allowing your emotions to run, but then your mind gets blocked. It's kind of weird. The Queen of Pentacles wants to say, this is a long time coming, okay? And you could have been locked in something, and there could have been something that you said, or something that you didn't say, words, and these words could have confined you, okay? And then you said them by indulging in all this greatness, okay? You said some words, and it pointed the direction at something. And then that confined you, and that's been the slow process. That's been the slow growing process, is, I guess, turning the energy around and pointing it where it needs to go, right? And there's this, I can feel this change in the weather today, and it's like something is definitely finishing for you, okay? It's definitely closing off, and I think the universe is really proud of you and what you've given yourself, and they just want to say that this anxiety is just one part of it. This anxiety is just because of the words that you've said or haven't said or want to say, right? And when you do decide to say them or do decide to unblock this person, if you block them after saying it, right, no matter what it is, there's certainty somewhere along the lines afterwards when it comes to grounding yourself again. And then regrounding yourself prepares for another launch, right? And that launch brings the energy forward. Like, I can't tell you, I mean, I heard spring was here today, and I didn't know what that meant. And I think it is, because once we're done winter, we move into spring. This is like early advancement, but not. Right? It's early in a sense that I'm calling it spring because we're in winter, but correct in a sense that you're no longer in the cold, you're thawing. My tongue just, and I can't do that. I can't rattle my tongue like that. So the fact that it did that is kind of weird. It's like you're thawing now, and you're moving into plantation, which leads to growth, which leads to money, which leads to prosperity, which leads to the abundant life that you started in this cycle. You just didn't know really what you were doing. Great message. Great energy. By Aquarius. No, Gemini! Oh my gosh. I hope I haven't been calling you Aquarius this whole time, because now I hear it's Gemini, Aquemini. Aquarius and Gemini cusp, that's one of the best signs ever, and two of the best friends you can possibly get is Aquarius and a Gemini together. Anyways, see you later, Gemini.